Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel Aces Place 22, where this is the Ace and the Hole variety show here presented to you by me, Ace, the guy with the face that you can't see, but we'll do this so you can see something because I'm not totally ready as usual. That's par for the show. But we can't see it yet. We're not ready. We're not ready. Ah! I hope everybody that's watching or that's going to be watching is doing very good today. It is, without any question, October 17th, 2025. It is spooky season, baby, and we are in full gear for it. There are tons of videos on this channel right now, just from the last couple of weeks of this spooky season. I've been pumping them out daily because I have no life. Here I am talking to zero people, which is kind of weird. Ultra, I hope you're all right. This is a first time. I've never seen you in the chat as the very first person. Any of the YouTube friends that jump in here, if anybody knows what's up with Ultra Liger, let me know. I hope the best for the dude. But we will be getting going here in a few minutes. Let people roll in. Get the camera flipped around because you know it's that 420 time. Actually, you know what? How about this? How about we do this? You guys can see what's happening over here. I don't know. I want the damn camera flipped around, man. There we go. You can kind of just chill out with the people of the sewer. Just kind of hang out with them for a few minutes. See if anybody rolls in. If not, that's all right. I planned on doing what I'm doing now anyways. I'm just going to be talking to myself and recording it. So, hey, that is always fun in a weird way. I do have quite a few things I want to talk about, discuss, show off, engage with if there's anybody to engage with. If not, we're going to just push through it. But I also wanted, because I liked it the last time, let's see if we can get it. I don't remember which one I had, but we'll get one of them. Oh, too loud. I think having some sort of background music is kind of cool when I'm talking or not talking. Gives you guys something to listen to, so it's not completely dead air. And someone told me the last stream I did that the music was a good little touch, so we'll rock with it. Get your drinks ready. As always, there's going to be plenty of talking to do. Well, we are over here at the Creation Station. I will be talking about new pickups, new toys that are out and about in the stores that you might want to be interested in, new things that I saw other channels sharing that I figured I might share too. Some some other spooky stuff, spooky things I've done lately with the kiddo, which is always fun, and I like sharing that stuff because that, besides toy collecting, my child is my true pride and joy. Without her, I would be a complete curmudgeon, old curmudgeon of a man, a young old curmudgeon of a man. La dee 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 doo doo. Let's plug this in. Oh, we're way past that 5-minute mark. I like to get in that 5-minute mark because it's usually a pretty good spot. Let's let's set the camera up over here. We're gonna go over this way for a second, folks. New setup going on. That'll work. That'll work, donkey. Hey, Fumbling. What's happening? What's happening? We're just getting repositioned for a new shot here. Trying to get the camera where it makes me look super. What makes me look sexy? Oh, I forgot what Fat Bastard says, but you know, something like that. All right, let's flip this camera around. Let's see the face that runs the place. That, oh my God, that's not it. This is the face. This is the face that runs the place. What is happening, boys and ghouls? Welcome back to the channel, Ace's Place. I know I've already done the introduction, but we're going to do it again. Ace's Place 22, where I'm Ace. This is my place 22, and this is the Ace in the Hole variety show. And yes, this little movement I just did, I just crisscrossed applesauce my legs underneath my butt because it's a comfortable way to sit. You know it. We got the notes right here, how we always do, in the Simpsons yellow style notebook. I love this. Got the big bad toy store sticker on there because you know I'd be ordering from that site. And also, speaking of Simpsons, rocking my Bart Simpson spray paint and graffiti, Krusty the Clown. Gotta love it. That's all. That's all. That's the end of the show. Bye. Just kidding. That's not the end of the show. Is the music disruptive by chance of anybody that's in the comments? I like it. I think it's kind of setting or fitting. It works for me. If it's not working for you, let me know and I will 86 that shit right up out of here. But as of right now, let's get into it. This is episode 28. Oh my God, 28. This show is almost as old as I am. That's crazy. Or not as. The show's not as old as I am. It hasn't even been a year. There's been as many episodes as I've been alive. That's what I wanted to say. Greetings, already did that. Shout outs, we're going to do that right here, right now. Woohoo, what up, Moto? Old school. Speaking of shout outs, everybody be jumping in right now. I love seeing y'all here. Very, very awesome. Thank you guys, the three gentlemen that are here. But first of all, my first shout out is going to be going over to Legend Series. That's right, Legend Series. I'm going to get his channel a little mixed up, so Fumbling, I know you follow him, you know him, so if you can correct me in the comments just to fix if I make any errors. But I only knew of Legend Series really only doing, his wrestling content, which is pretty good stuff. It's enjoyable personally for me because I like the wrestling video games and stuff like that. So to see it to that level of what he's doing is pretty badass. He has recently separated his wrestling channel from, let's just chalk it up as his custom toy channel. I did not know this. I just kind of, stumbled upon him doing a live one day of doing a custom building of a building. And I was just like, oh shit, dude, like this is the stuff I've wanted to do. I've dabbled in it a little bit. I've never really fully committed to it, but I like watching this stuff. And I know Fumbling watches him. I think I saw Kaz there. Frank was on one of his. Yes, there you go. Tony does that. Let me put that actually up right on the chat. Thank you, Fumbling. Thank you very much. I knew you'd have the skinny on more of his content. Really good stuff. He's super entertaining. And other people that we all follow are following him, and the community's even bigger than it was before. So Legend Series, you get a shout out, dude. Fumbling, you're the next one to get a shout out. Follow Fumbling Through the Galaxy. That is his channel. And he is going to be doing a show at 8 p.m. tonight, Tales from the Outer Rim. So check that out, and you'll enjoy it. I know you will. There's no reason not to enjoy it. And immediately after him at 10 o'clock, depending on actually if fumbling goes all the way till 10 o'clock, but at 10 o'clock right here on YouTube is the Casual Toy Collectors Casual Toy Chat. Go over there. It is always a good time. The latest and greatest in toys that are coming out. They're gonna discuss them there. Open chat, pretty much like it is here, but way more going on over that way. Because it's actually Flex Friday. Shit, that's right. It's Flex Friday. I actually have something that I can't wait to show off here. That if I don't fall asleep, because my little one is with her mother this weekend, so Dad is all by himself, and he very well may doze off at some point. I've been up since 4 a.m. I'm a tired boy today. But if I'm able to be ready for the Flex Friday, I got something I want to show off that I picked up today. And very last on the shout outs, because I wanted to emphasize him the most, it is a friend of the channel, Seafrost. His birthday today. I want to wish him, I've already sent him a birthday message earlier, a few different ways, a few different times, because I'm an obnoxious friend like that. But when I care about you, I care about you, and that's the bottom line. So Seafrost, happy birthday, my brother, and I hope it's a really good one. Hope you're doing something really fun. You in Tokyo definitely deserve it. A package is arriving tonight. It might be there by now. That is your birthday gift from me. Love you, brother. Happy birthday. And go check out his channel. I know he hasn't been doing a whole lot because his computer has been on the fritz or something along those lines. Basic, simple. But check out his channel and show him some love. Check out all the people I mentioned's channel. Show everybody love. And that's it for that. Oh, shit. I dropped my notebook. Luckily for me, I know right where I was. Right here. So I'm just going to do a quick little recap. That's right. I didn't even see that comment. Let me see what that says. Oh, and sometimes Smoking Joe's with Same Times Toys and Woody. Damn. That's right. I couldn't remember what it was, and I didn't want to fumble over my words with the Same Time Toys. Or with Smoking Joe's. That's what it was. But yeah, Woody222, Same Time Toys. I'm subscribed to all their channels. You should be too, because it's good stuff. They're funny guys. Your space is looking good, Ace. I appreciate that. This is literally, I don't know how well it's coming in on this camera, because I'm only, I think, at like 720p for quality. I don't know how it comes in through anybody else, but it genuinely looks awesome in person. I'm going to do another video someday of me, you know, of what I've added since I've moved in and put this all up. But I've got these shelves all over. My Simpsons are all over here. This is my creation station right here, where it's all like the sewer layer right now. My old retro toy shelf, some just hodgepodge stuff. And then in front of me, I've yet to put it up, but it's supposed to be my Lego City. Some point it'll all get there. But with it being spooky season, my child, the kid, the famous the kid, her and I have actually gone out on some pretty awesome little adventures in the last week. We went and did right down the road. There is a mini golf course. It is, I don't remember the name of it, to be honest with you, but it was all spooky set up. They had skeletons everywhere, little gravestones everywhere, little goblins and ghouls and this and that. I loved it. Huge fountain, all throughout the center of the golf course, or the mini golf course, and whatever they put in the water to make it red dye, it looked like blood, and big water like fountains shooting up through it with the blood coming through. It looked really cool. I was super appreciative of just that attempt and execution of making it Halloween aesthetic like that. That's very fun. If it's open next weekend, I'm taking her again because it was a lot of fun. I got a hole-in-one. Big dog over here got a hole-in-one on a loop-de-loop hole. I know that's what they're called, but it just sounded weird saying it like that. We did record it, so there is a record of this happening. I have a video of it on the channel of me literally boom hitting that thing on one shot, hole in one, baby, and it was epic. My daughter couldn't believe it at all. But the mini golf was really fun. And right next door was a place called Rustic Pizza. And boy, howdy, it was very good. 16 bucks for a 6-cut, little pricey, but you know what? We pay way more than that on plastic, and we don't need that to survive. So the pizza was a necessity, and it was excellent. It was absolutely excellent. We did a little video of that here on the channel too. A little pizza review. Go check that out. It's fun. We did a spooky corn maze, which is always a good time. Did a video of that as well. Did a video of a pumpkin carving that we did. Just the traditional spooky time stuff. And then just last night, we brought it back. What did we bring back? The LWL, the Living Room Wrestling League. That's right. For years now, since my daughter has been about 4 years old, we have always wrestled in our living room. Situation is different now because of the apartment we're in. We wrestle in my bedroom because it's much bigger, and the bed is our ring. But we have always wrestled throughout the years, and we've always called it the LWL, the Living Room Wrestling League. Super fun. Her and I interchange between different characters, have different wrestling belts, and it's just something we did way before YouTube. We only have like a couple of videos maybe even on here on the channel. But this is something Dad and Kid have done forever. My daughter's going to be 9 next weekend. I'm getting choked up thinking about it. She's going to be 9 next week. It's huge. It's huge, and it's important to us in a little way. So we wanted to share that with you guys. So last night we did a spooky season, spooktacular Living Room Wrestling League wrestling pumpkin patch match, which was a lot of fun. It was a goofy thing to do. It was really silly, and it was just a good time between her and I before she went with her mom this weekend. So if you're interested in just seeing wholesome fun, honestly, aside from like toy collecting and me being an idiot in my own world, go check out that. It is a lot of fun. And we're going to be doing more. We're definitely going to be doing more because, well, spoiler, this guy might have lost the match, and I'm coming for you, kid. I want my rematch. I'm declaring my rematch here live on the Ace in the Hole Variety Show. Big Bad Daddy-O is coming back full force for that United States Championship. I love it. It's super fun. And to keep in the spooky season tradition, I watch spooky movies all month long in the month of October. If anybody's new, this is why I'm recapping this. And I have watched a bevy, a slew, a smorgasbord of horror movies since last week, and I'm going to share with you guys them now. You know what? Give me a second. I always feel like I have to rush things because in my head, I crunch myself on time. But this is my fucking show, and I'll take as much time as I want. And if anybody wants to dip out and dip in, you're more than welcome to. But give me 1 second. I am right here. I think I got them all. I want to show off the movies I've watched, and I think I have all of them right here. If not, oh well, we'll skip through. But these, I think they're in order. I think these are in somewhat of an order. No, they're not. I'm an idiot. Hold on. There's way more than I thought. Okay, now I think they're in somewhat of an order. So I started off with doing a Oh wait, what do we got? What do we got? Who do we got? What up? Throwing the gauntlet challenge is on. Absolutely, the kid is done. Hey, Seafrost, what's happening, baby? Well, that's what's up, man. We are celebrating your birthday right here, right now, a little bit, anyways. Not the whole thing. Don't get cocky, kid. But happy birthday, brother. David Jones, what's happening, man? I haven't seen you in the chat in a hot minute. It's good to see your name in there, dude. But we are right now, in case you're just dipping in, which you guys are. I'm talking about real quick the horror movies. And Seafrost, stick around because I specifically watched a movie tonight for you, my friend, for another birthday gift. And check your mail. I don't know if it's in there yet, but your package should be there today. But anyways, my ADD is kicking in. I started off last week with my Rob Zombie movie marathon. And if anybody knows me personally, Rob Zombie is in my top 3 favorite musicians of all time. And if you want to know the other 2, stick around. All right, you've stuck around long enough? I'll tell you. Second, Run DMC. That's right, Run DMC. First, Tom Petty. What the hell kind of collection of music taste is that? Tom Petty, Run DMC, and Rob Zombie? I love it. They're my 3 favorite number 3. They're my number 1, 2, and 3 favorite musicians of all time. So it would be without a doubt that Rob Zombie would be somebody I would watch his movies of, right? Like, undoubtedly. I feel like I'm missing 2 of them though. There's one. I'm missing something somewhere, but I don't know where. Oh well. I thought I had everything together, but I don't. I'm a mess of a human being. So Rob Zombie's first ever movie was, at least it was live action movie, was House of a Thousand Corpses. This is definitely, first of all of Rob Zombie's movies are a acquired taste. Now I'm not going to do a review of all these movies at all. I'm going to show you guys what I've watched. But all of Rob Zombie movies are acquired taste. Just because I think one is great or I think many are great or whatever I think does not mean I am praising this movie and saying, go get it. You know what I mean? They're almost something I wouldn't recommend, only because if you don't know Rob Zombie and let's say you watch any of these 3 movies right here, and I say, these are great, and you go watch them and you're puking your face off, and then you come back at me and you're like, hey, man, I puked my face off. I'd be like, sorry. Did you like them, though? Because, honestly, I like all 3 of them. I'm not a big fan of this one, to be honest, but House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, all 3 of them together, very good movies. Rob Zombie also did a movie called 31, a poorly executed take on the classic The Munsters. I don't know where the first one is, but I have both Halloween movies on Blu-ray. I really don't know where the first case is, but I love both of the Halloween movies very, very much. There you go. That's all I got to say. I don't know what order these are in, but I'm just going to go off. So I've watched all 4 of these scary movies. They're decent in their own right. Where the hell's the camera? There we go. They're not bad. Seafrost. Rob Zombie is a genius. He makes some of them. Yeah, that's absolutely true. His writing isn't the best, though, and I'm going to be the first one to say that. He definitely needs someone to sit next to him and be like, hey, man, you don't need every character to say fuck every 3 seconds. We get that your world is vulgar and gross and violent, but not everybody's like that. I've already watched that. We watched this the other night, Pumpkinhead, classic horror movie monster. You gotta love it. All these are going to be classics. Here we go with the original Children of the Corn. During its 50th anniversary, dun 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 dun. Jaws. It's a pretty damn good movie, man. M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dongs, The Village. It's pretty decent. It's got a nice little twist to it. This horror classic, if anyone has never seen it, I suggested this little sleeper film called The Craft. An okay, decent remake of the Amityville Horror. This little hidden gem called The Escape, well, it's not it's just Escape Room. Very fun flick right here. And then the last two are really the best two. This one here, Fumbling, I was thinking of you when I was watching this, my guy, if you're still here. The Twilight Zone, the movie. This is, to personally me, the greatest little anthology horror movie ever made. Personally ever made. I love this so much. Even on the stories that aren't spooky and they're kind of a little boring, I still enjoy the hell out of them because this whole entire movie as a whole is chef's kiss. I mean, Steven Spielberg, Joe Dante, George Miller directed the shorts in this. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. If you're a horror movie fan, and I'm not saying you need to be, you need to know every horror movie in the world, but if you love them, this has to be on your list of ownership because this is so good. The Creature on the Wing, magnificent story. Magnificent story. And I even said it in my review. When I watched that movie for the very first time, the scenes where John Lithgow is like freaking out and panicking and sweating, that was more terrifying than the actual scary parts of the little creature on the wing and what have you. Like, John Lithgow is one of the best actors of my generation. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Terror at 30,000 feet. Oh my God, yeah. Like, what would you do? Like, that's just like being in the ocean, being submerged, leagues under the sea. Just awful, scary stuff. But the movies I've watched today that I'm going to be putting a review out later were, and I'll show them collectively at the same time, the original Crow with Brandon Lee. This one right here. This is an amazing film. And then the subpar sequel, The Crow, City of Angels. Nothing against this movie. It's just, when you have this one as your predecessor, you can't really, it's super hard to follow this one up. Now, I'm not saying that this movie, nothing against Seafrost. I know this is your favorite movie. This is not a perfect film. But for a movie that came out in 1994, yeah. This movie is fucking radical. On every level, radical. It's movies like this movie, Spawn, TMNT 1990s, Batman 89, Tim Burton's Batman, Blade. These types of movies where when they're walking through the street and it's just downpouring, you're like, holy shit, man. That's dirty. That's grimy. When Brandon Lee first awakens and he comes up out of the ground and he's walking through the alleyway and he's ripping his clothes off and shit, I get pulled right into that. I get sucked right into that shit. I'm like, oh, this is so it's just it sparks a feeling inside me that makes me feel like a little kid when I watched this and those other movies for the first time. I'm like, this is naughty. I shouldn't be watching this. And I freaking love that fucking vibe, man. You can't replicate that at all. You really, really can't. It's an energy. It's a total vibe. And the Crow, the original Crow, is super good. It's super good movie. It's based on the comic. I'm forgetting the dude's first name. Obar is his last name. Super good movie. Super good movie. I recommend it. Let me read what my boy Seafrost said. The Crow is amazing and agreed the polishing needed to be there. The effects didn't hold up at all. See, I didn't mind the effects. I just thought some of the acting was cheesy. But that's definitely the 90s. I genuinely, the opening scene where they show like the city and you've got flames coming up out of the buildings and it's like 2D, 3D rendering mixed together. I love that shit, man. I love that. That is straight Demolition Man to me. Fumbling, I know you've watched Demolition Man. We've talked about it before. Seafrost, I don't know if you've ever seen Demolition Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger, with Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes, but those movies that feel real but comic booky without meaning to feel that way, I think. Oh my God, they're gorgeous. Those are the best fucking movies, man. I love the MCU and the DCU and all that shit. But those 90s superhero movies or comic movies, you ain't gonna, Hollywood, you ain't topping those. We should have appreciated what we had because that shit was just, it was super dope. Blade is the reason Marvel releases Iron Man. I love all the Blade movies. Blade trilogy is my favorite of them. I love Whistler. Blade is a fantastic movie. I love the very first one. I really am a big fan of the second. The third one, because of the first two, I eat that one up too. But that very first one, I remember watching that as a little boy. I think I was like 8 years old, and maybe I was 7. And I was just like, oh my God, what is this? I don't remember exactly if I knew of Blade from the cartoon in Spider-Man first or vice versa. But whenever I found out about one or the other, I just remember thinking, this is that guy from this. And I still have, I think it's in my box over there, my original Blade action figure from Toy Biz. So I'm a Blade guy, which is kind of wild. I don't have any Blade comic books. Super crazy. I don't have any Blade comic books. I almost bought, I think it was his first appearance at the comic book shop down the local street, and it was like $80. But I was like, nah, I don't wanna. But anyways, that's that for the movies. I do have a bunch more stuff I want to talk about, so let's just get this train chugging along, baby. All right. I am going to talk about some new toys. I'm not going to be able to show them off as usual. I never show off new toys because I don't have the capacity to do so because I'm a cheap mother trucker that's going to keep on trucking. I don't know what the fuck that character was I just pulled out. I don't know who that was. I'm sorry if I offended anybody, but that was a voice and I felt it and I was compelled to go. But for all of us TMNT Ninja Turtle fans, Joy Toy has released the new Metalhead and Leatherhead action figures for their line. Now, I gripe all the time. I'm the first one to be like, why? The Joy Toy figures are epic. Okay, they're epic. I'm not going to discredit their toys. I don't know the quality because I've never bought one. I've never really watched the reviews. I've just seen pictures. But the prices are crazy. Nearly $50 for like a 4.5-inch, 5-inch figure. God, gosh, golly, that's a lot of money when I can get a NECA with almost the equal stuff for accessories for the same price, and it's much, much bigger. Now, I understand it's preference, whatever your scale buying preference is. But as a Ninja Turtle fan, I have to say this. It pisses me off because I want to buy them, but everything else is so expensive. And I'm not switching over and starting a brand new expensive line because NECA is the most expensive line I buy. And then I go down from there with the Playmates lines and possibly even the new McFarlane toys if I can find them. Bet your ass I'll get them. Not a big fan of the turtle designs, but the Shredder and the Foot Soldiers, army building those motherfuckers. Yes, sir. That's that. But they also released their new TMNT Party Wagon, the Turtle Van, which looks pretty damn good. $150. I don't think so. If I was to buy $150 worth of Ninja Turtle stuff, it's definitely not going to be on that one item. I am going to spread that like butter and try to get as much as I possibly can for $150, because that's just how AC Boy runs. Because I'm the $10 broski, and I want to get as much as I can for as much as I can. Oh, Roughshod, what's happening, brother? I see you in the comments. I didn't even notice. Glad you're here. I'm the Crow. I hated Skank and T-Bird. Funboy is okay, but I love Tintin. Yeah, Skank really was a little fucking annoying. I'm really shocked that he lived almost right up till the end. And T-Bird. Oh, yeah, T-Bird. I didn't like T-Bird at all. Demolition Man is a cult classic. Absolutely. I just found on a few days ago. I just found a few on eBay I want to get off late. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was an original voice work. I do a lot of weird voices, but I also think it's all the different personalities just cycling through like a Rolodex. Brrr, you know what I mean? NECA has also released available. I don't think it's available in stores yet, but you can pre-order it. It is the Wingnut and Screw Loose Archie Comics version, which I absolutely want those. I collect the Archie comic line along with the movie and the TMN or the Toon line, but mostly the Archie and the Toon ones. They are based on, like I said, the Archie comics, but they are from like the Mutanimal line, which is like all of the in that comic, the Mutanimals are all of the animal mutants teaming up together. You've got oh my god, I'm gonna draw a blank now that I want to talk about it. You got Man Ray, Slash. Who the fuck is in the group? I got him over there. Leatherhead. Wingnut, Screw Loose, and I think there's someone else. Jaguar, Dogman, and someone else. I can't remember exactly who, but all of those guys are in the Mutanimals. I need Dogman, Ray Fillet, or Man Ray, whatever name you want to call him, and Jaguar. Other than that, I have everybody in that line, and I think it's pretty awesome. And then, like I had mentioned, McFarlane, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, people, but if he lost the rights or whatever it was to the DC line, he's got some toys trickling out in the next year or so because they've already been in, contracts to be made and whatnot. But he's also gotten the license to the Ninja Turtles, which, as far as I know, there are only 4 figures in his first wave, and that is Leonardo, Donatello, a Foot Soldier, and Shredder. I don't know what iterations these are based off of. From what I've watched, they're the Page Punchers IDW comic versions, which kind of similar to the 2012 Nickelodeon versions. I'm not a huge fan of the toy specifically until I get my hands on one, because I do want them. But I absolutely am going to get the Shredder because I do like that design a lot. It is the same design that the Best Action Ninja Turtles did, but I absolutely love the McFarlane look to the Shredder more. I just think he's a little bit more fuller. And the Foot Soldiers, they're just basic black suited ninjas with like the little Shredder symbol. No foot logo, but the Shredder symbol of like a kind of like a weird little triangle foot thing, almost. I absolutely want a handful of those, at least 4 of them, because I think that would be pretty cool to have 4 of those Foot Soldiers, because I think they're 12-inch, or not 12-inch scale. The 1/12 scale. So yeah, there we go. I'm unclear, to be honest. He may still have some of the DC if that's different scale. Okay, there's something though there where he doesn't have something. I don't remember exactly what. I just listen to the gossip and just spread it as I may. So yeah, they're going to be, I think, Target exclusives like many other Ninja Turtle figures. I'm specifically looking for them. I know they are in stores now because I saw another YouTuber checking them out. That is that for those. And let me see. And also for NECA, there is I've seen them on Roughshod's channel, the NECA TMNT 2-packs for the cartoon figures where it's Granny, Bebop, and Baby Rocksteady. I have seen those today for the first time in my Target here in New York. And there were also the Vacation Turtles, both 2-packs, so all 4 turtles together. And then there were the new Playmates Last Ronin Ninja Turtle action figures. The prices on those are, each of the 2-packs, I think, are like $64. And then each of the Last Ronin figures, there's 2 of them. They're $30 a piece. Yuck. Yeah, dude, Granny and Baby are. I'm 100% getting them. I know I'm the person that everybody's like, oh, that's the guy they make these for. Yeah, I am. I absolutely am the demographic for the weird, cartoony weirdness. And when it comes to my dudes, Bebop and Rocksteady, I'm trying to collect every NECA figure I can of them at a reasonable price. I see you, Easter Bunny Rocksteady, at $80 fucking. Get it out of here. Yuck. $60 for 2 of them. I'll do that for them. So I don't know how soon I'll be getting them, but at some point I will be picking them up. I'm very excited for them. And also, because it's absolutely absurd and crazy, last weekend was New York Comic-Con, and NECA had a Ninja Turtle exclusive character available for a few days, and I ordered it. So hopefully they said on the website they're mailing them out this past week. So hopefully by the end of, let's say, November, I should have that. And I'm super excited to get them. Also, we've got the NECA Sesame Street, Bert, Ernie, and the Count are all available on the NECA website to purchase. I think they're still available to purchase now, which is just in time for when the new Sesame Street characters come out. I'm forgetting who there is other than Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch. Oscar the Grouch 100% is a must. He looks terrific in his trash can. I have the Super 7 little Oscar the Grouch, and he is fantastic. I love the little feature where he can go up and down into his trash can. Super cool little toy. I love him. Also for Lego, which is pretty cool. I don't dabble in Lego as much as I used to, but they got me with this one. Years and years and years I have been praying that Lego would make this as a reasonable priced set. And they finally are. For all of us Back to the Future fans, finally, Lego is releasing the DeLorean with Marty McFly and Doc Brown together, all of that for a beautiful, beautiful price of $30. Now, if you're not a Lego collector, that may sound like a lot of money. I will give you just the cliff notes of why I think that's a really great deal. Let me take a sip here. I smoked way too much before this, and my mouth is just blah, 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 blah. So, why I think this is a really great deal on this set. Years ago, when Toys R Us was a thing here in the States, I bought the Ghostbusters Ecto-1 original Ghostbusters with the guys. Came with all 4 Ghostbusters, came with the car. It was $60. Is that overpriced? Probably, but do I think that was decent at the time? Yes, I do, because 1, it was a licensed set. 1, it was one of one. Or 2, it was one of one. And 3, it was only available at Target. So it really chalked up why I bought it. This being $30 for something fans have wanted for years. And the only way to have gotten this is to pay like $100, $200, whatever it was for the collector's set. I wasn't going to do that. This is the Speeds Champions line, which usually makes high-end, like Ferraris, Formula One cars, all sorts of really awesome cars. They have done the Fast and Furious line. I have Dom Toretto's Charger. Is it Charger or Challenger? I think it's a Dodge Charger. And then I have Brian's Nissan Skyline. I love those cars. They're classic. I have both of them. And I think they were like $20 each. They've gone up since, but $30 for this. It's an iconic car. It's a licensed car. It comes with both characters. You're getting a fucking Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox little Lego characters. Oh my God, yes, please, absolutely. I love them. They're iconic. Challenger. Oh, I haven't even checked out the comments. Thank you, Moto Viper. Challenger. You're absolutely right. Granny and Baby are crazy. There we go. The Playmates can wait. NECA done the last Ronin. Playmates will more than likely sit on the shelf. Oh yeah, for sure. Rough shot. I can see the Playmates ones hitting ollies in a year or so. Like my landscaper says in August, it's too much. My landscaper is my 17-year-old son. No shit. Poor guy. But the Speeds Champion DeLorean, it looks amazing. You can change it so it can fly and it can drive. Absolutely awesome. And for the price of Legos that are only going up and you're only getting less, this is an exquisite deal. And I hope it does really well so Lego sees, wow, we can make awesome sets for a really decent price. And that should be where our key demographic is, like 100%. Because a set, I'm not even joking you, a set that was $10 last year is now going for $22 this year. It's fucking insane. I hate Lego for that. I will never endorse them. I will never say rush out and get them. That is a hobby that's just fucking insanely expensive. And then the last toy news I want to mention, because this is cool, and I've recently been seeing them, and I know all my friends are big fans of these, are the new Marvel X-Men. X-Men 97 specifically sets. Still talking about Legos. Figures are really, really excellent. I grew up watching the original run of the X-Men animated series, so I absolutely do love the X-Men 97 stuff. And matter of fact, I haven't put it together yet, but I've had this sitting on the shelf for a hot minute. Which way am I wanting to face this? There we go. I am a big X-Men fan myself. Speaking of Lego, this is the X-Men 97 X-Mansion Lego set. This motherfucker is huge. There's all the characters you get with it. And that big old beautiful Sentinel. This thing is awesome. I love this. So I am a big X-Men fan myself. I have X-Men board games. I have almost all of my original X-Men Toy Biz figures. It's my jam. But I do not collect the Marvel figures at all, really, like I used to. But I still like to talk about them. I've recently seen in stores Jubilee Storm in her black suit, which holy fuck, that is tight. Like, oh my God, Storm. I know she's a cartoon, but she's my shit. She's my shit right there. Oh my God, and like Jade Cargill is like the live action Storm. God damn, I love that woman. Oof, oof, oof. Get me into trouble. Keep this show PG, right? Or PG-13 at least. Actually, you know what? I think 2 F-bombs makes it rated R, so fuck. But I've seen Jubilee, I've seen Sunspot, I've seen Cable. That's the uncanny one I've seen of Weapon X. The Storm in her black suit looks dope. They've got a new Logan coming out where he's just in like his like jacket with like a plaid shirt underneath. Ba doo ba doo ba doo ba. Morph. I have not seen. No, no. I saw Morph at GameStop. Morph is really dope. And then they've got Emma Frost, which very cool, man. Very cool to have Emma Frost as an actual action figure. She's integral, very important to the X-Men universe and the X-Men team as a whole. And then they've got that big ass fucking Apocalypse. Holy shit. Roughshot, are you getting Apocalypse, my guy? I bet you are, because that Apocalypse is sick. He's huge, motherfucker. He's huge. He's huge, I tell you. Oh, fuck, that looks like hours, maybe days to put together. Oh, this Lego set? If I sat down, I'd have this put together in like 4 hours flat. I guarantee, well, it's been a minute since I've done that. Jubilee is fire. She looks good in that jacket. Let's throw Moto's question up on the stage. Question for all. Would you rather see an X-Men movie that is either the Brood series or the Mr. Sinister story? Personally, for me, I would like to see the Mr. Sinister because I feel like he's just a villain that needs to be seen and shown. And there is a lot of good shit with Cyclops, with Jean Grey, all of that stuff. I mean, damn. Nathaniel Essex, could you imagine that shit? Could you imagine that? I could. I've thought about it for a long time. I'm so blown away that however many X-Men movies Fox did, they never fucking did Mr. Sinister. Like, I know they threw a couple little Easter eggs here and there at like end credits and stuff, but Mr. Sinister, man, I remember having the Toy Biz. It was like a 12-inch figure, and it moved in the arms, and it could bend in the arms, and he had this huge fucking plastic cape with the the points coming off it and shit, dude. Epic. And his voice in the cartoon, if you guys have ever seen the cartoon, he's got this I am Nathaniel Essex, like this weird echoey vampire-y he's gnarly, man. He's gnarly. Yeah, they did. And they also didn't one of the Wolverine movies, I feel like, or something. I think it was X20 or not X23. I think it was Logan. I think I'm not even gonna put it out there because I'll sound like an idiot. I'd have to go back and look. But yeah, it's definitely hinted in those movies. So dope. And New Mutants was pretty fucking fun. I don't care what anybody says. I think that's a fun movie. If you haven't seen New Mutants and you're hesitant, you don't even know what it's about. I don't know how. It's not super accurate to the comic books. I know the Demon Bear is what it's based on. For like the movie's based on the Demon Bear 3. I think it's a 3-issue run. I'm trying to remember. I remember reading it back in the mid 2000s. I think it was then. But it's pretty fucking cool. It's creepy. It's weird. It's got a lot of fun, like X-Men adjacent characters in it. You get I'm drawing a blank on her name now. It's Colossus's sister, Magic. You get to see Magic in it, and she's really fucking cool. She has her sword. She gets a little dragon with her. Oh yeah, for sure. If you see, and that's the problem with. I feel like they're going to run into now that they're going to be bringing the X-Men into the MCU is I feel like there's going to be a rush to get the X-Men with the Avengers, opposed to, look, we need to spend the next 5 years, 6 years building the X-Men universe into the Avengers universe, not just being like, oh, here they are, there they are, this is why. It's like, no, I want to see an actual Apocalypse storyline, Mr. Sinister, really good Magneto, like just like with Fantastic Four. Like, I don't want, now that the Fantastic Four are going to be in the MCU, to get away from Fantastic Four stories. I want to see Annihilus come in and fuck up the negative zone. Like, give me Annihilus. I want to see that so bad in the Fantastic Four. But that is it. That is it for new toys, which brings us to an hour, which is really great because the rest of the stuff I have should wrap it all up. Let me just make sure I got what I want done. That's about it. And now I'm going to go over some new toys that I got. Actually, I'm going to flip the camera around real quick. And there we go. Let's switch back over here. Actually, we're going to sit right here. Hold on, folks. I got to rearrange the situation. Master Splinter's dead. Donatello killed him. Ugh. Let's take a look first at this. Yeah, it's good enough. Yes, the evolution we grew up with. Slap it, flip it, rub it down. Oh, no. What up, Kaz? What is happening? All right, so here we go. You guys can see that, right? Pretty good. Is the lighting okay? We have got my dude right here, Shredder. And not only Shredder, but this is the NECA. I feel like I should be up a little higher. The NECA Dracula Shredder of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles X, the Universal Monsters. Now, I love this because, well, why wouldn't I? This is exactly what I enjoy about toys. Monsters, scary stuff, and all that in between. This dude is great. I know Roughshod's got him. He is one hell of a figure. I did a review on Turtle Tuesday, so I won't bore you with that right now. But it's just fucking sick looking. The detail in it is all there. The little soft good cape. I put a little rat in his hand because he's going to eat him. But if you guys have noticed, if anybody's noticed, if anybody has noticed this, there are two boxes. There are two Shredder boxes. For why? For why, Ace? Why are there two Shredder boxes? Well, because when you are a Ninja Turtle fan and you are a Shredder fan, you go all in on your Shredder collection. So, this beautiful boy here is the original first edition, let's call it that, of Shredder as Dracula. And of course, there are variants. I went out and I was able to find the Target exclusive red variant of this figure. And man, I think I'm not opening this one. I'm leaving him absolutely in the box. It's hard to see in the glare, so I'm just gonna show it there. I absolutely love this. I think this looks radical as all hell. There is an exclusive Walmart one as well, which is blue. The outfit is not blue. I'll show you here. Just like on this one where there's red outlines, that is blue on the Target or the Walmart one. And then his skin is actually blue on the Walmart one. But just for comparison, those are it right there. I will definitely be getting the Walmart one once. I've seen it. I definitely have seen him. So it's not like it's an impossibility. But as a Shredder head, I had to have this one in the collection as well. Especially since I opened one So I love it. I think he looks absolutely sweet. And the only difference on the box is the part where his name Dracula is more red than it is on the regular one. So if you didn't know, like here you can see real quick. If you didn't know there was a difference in it, it's hard to tell. It's absolutely hard to tell. But very excited over that. Next up, we're going to take a look at some little kid toys because, well, I got a little kid and I like toys. So we're just going to leave the turtle shit going on in the background. I picked these up because I'm an old school Power Ranger fan. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I know Bruce, he's not watching, but he's a friend, and he's an old school Power Rangers fan too, of the Mighty Morphin era. So I snagged the new reignited figures from Playmates, the Rita Repulsa and the Putty Patroller. They're basic $10 figures. They are nothing crazy like the NECA toys, but they go great, and they go great with the little Playmates figures that my daughter and I have. They have cool little, action features. This guy's head can go rip, 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 rip. It's got interchangeable hands. Oh, shit. Fumbling. What the hell kind of comment is that? You know what? The power does come from the bottom like a pyramid. That's what you meant, right? That's what you meant. And speaking of like pyramids, look at the Madonna. Look at those things. You know what I'm saying? Damn, that's what I'm saying. Get to the point, sucker. And this is the Rita Repulsa. She doesn't have the best face in the business, but she's got fucking arm should work, but she's probably not. What's going on? Oh, you gotta push it in. There you go. Flop, 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 flop. There, she's got her little wand. Power Rangers! Power Rangers! And there you go. Just funky little toys, pickups, fun stuff. Next up, let's look at some awesome fucking Simpsons stuff. You guys ready for some Simpsons? Let's do it. Trying to get in position. I did reviews on all these, by the way, on the channel. I'm just showing them off for this fun moment. Why did I put them like that? That's a weird position to have you both in. There is Edna Krabappel and what is his name? Abraham J. Simpson, Abe J. Simpson, some bullshit. I can't remember right now. But these figures are epic. If you're not into the Simpson toy line, well, I'm sorry, you're missing out because yes, these are super cartoony. No, they do not fit in with almost anything other than cartoony toys. Abe Simpson. Yeah, I knew it was Abe. I couldn't remember though because I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. You're an idiot. Name that movie, folks. Christmas time's coming. But these action figures are absolutely spot on. So true to the likeness of a 2D cartoon. It's phenomenal. Now, it's not the first time they've ever made Simpson toys by any stretch of the imagination. But to do them in this fashion with this much articulation and this much detail, man, Jakks Pacific, you are killing it, in my opinion, with these Simpsons figures. Absolutely love them. This is probably one of my top favorite figures of all time, just because, I mean, look at that expression. On a $10 figure, well, no, I think these were $12, $12.99 each. It's Grandpa. You can hear that voice. Whatever, I think it's Dan Castellaneta. You can hear his voice. It's just magnificent. And then you've got Bart's, I don't know what grade he's in, 5th or 6th grade teacher, Edna Krabappel, who he messes with quite a bit throughout the years of his time at Springfield Elementary. She's a really great figure as well. I love it when they make the, I say random ones like this, but not the mainstream family all the time. It's nice to get side characters like this because it really expands my collection, could expand your collection, but it really broadens the horizon on all the Simpsons characters that they make. It just shows the appreciation, and they're not just making the family the entire time. It's very, very awesome. And then I also picked up, and I don't have them over here, I'm shocked. I'm coming. So they have a bunch of the new Little Simpson figures out as well, and I was able to snag 2 brand new box sets of them. And the first one is going to be Krusty's, the Krusty the Clown show. And it comes with Mr. Teeny in his little car. It had Itchy and Scratchy, along with Sideshow Mel and Krusty the Clown in his tuxedo. These are great little figures. These are the 2.5-inch figures from the new Jakks Pacific Simpsons line. They're great as well if you're a Simpsons collector, if you like these little figures and you can do whatever you want with them. I like that they have a new 5-pack because they have done them in the past, or done one at least in the past with the family. So it's nice to see them doing a variety of them now. 3 of these characters they've made before. 3 of these characters are exclusive to just this 5-pack. It was at Target for, I think, $20. Or no, Jesus. GameStop for $20. Itchy and Scratchy they've made before. Krusty the Clown they've made 2 other times in different outfits. Mr. Teeny and Sideshow Mel are brand new and exclusive, along with this version of Krusty in his tuxedo. Mr. Teeny does come out of his car. He's got articulation. His little car can move. Beep, beep. Pretty fun little pack right here. I absolutely adore it because I don't think they're going to make Mr. Teeny by himself. Sideshow Mel, maybe. I'm honestly surprised they didn't put a new Sideshow Bob in here in his like Sideshow outfit. But that's just another figure that they can possibly make at another time that you know I will buy. And then the camera, dookie dookie dook, can sit right there, and you can all go off the table. And then next up is, and they're kind of all over the place, was this right here. Very awesome. This is the Simpsons Family Sedan. And this came with all 5 family members. 2 of the characters are exclusive to just this set. But none of the characters specifically are exclusive. You can pick them up in various ways, whether you find them in the other 5-pack or in their individual sets on their own. But you would get a Marge with this set. Here is the exclusive Bart, where he has his tongue sticking out. That's the only thing that makes him different. Whether he will stand. Nope, they're all going to fall over. Whatever. Here is the Maggie. Lisa is nothing special in the set. She is the same. And then the only other exclusive character, well, you know what? We're just going to get him up this way, is the Homer. He's got this more aggressive look on his face, like he's chasing Bart around or choking him out like he typically does in the episodes. But let's take a look at the car, because the car is pretty cool. Characters, whatever. Car's cool. The car does sit all of the characters in it, which is pretty awesome. You've got the dent right there, which is on the vehicle in every episode. You got the crooked antenna. I love that they actually went through and put a nice bubble plastic windshield on the front, and then they got one on the back as well. The doors do open, but only in the front and the back, or the front driver side and front passenger side open up. Nothing in the back, which is all right. You got nothing except for, it's hard to see, but the little steering column, the radio. You got the seats. The roof does come off, so you can put all of the family in there. The downside, though, is if you put Marge in there, you cannot put the top down unless you really, finagle it because of her hair. I think it would have been cool if they made an exclusive Marge that came with this set where her hair was more flat, so when you put her in it, it made it look like it was, hitting the roof of the car. And the only other play feature on this, if I can do it one-handed, there we go, is the trunk does open up, but it doesn't really have, if you can see in there, a whole lot of space. You can't really put a body or nothing in there. So, oh, fucking Fat Tony ain't gonna be using this car to be hiding. Ain't gonna be putting no dead bodies in this one. But I absolutely love it. This was a $30 set with the family and the car. I think this should have been $25 tops. It's literally just the car. But they are going to be making a Mr. Plow, which of course I'll be getting that, and it should be cheaper because you should, unless they make a Barney, and they have the Plow King, you should only be spending like $20 on the Mr. Plow truck with a Mr. Plow Homer. Again, like I said, unless they put the Plow King Barney version in there as well, which would be pretty cool. Viper getting a good chuckle, but there is the car right off the lot. A lot of what? I don't really have a clue. And now I think that is it for toy stuff. Let me look at my notes one last time. That is it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited to show this off, because now I think I will be truly accepted among toy enthusiasts. I think I won't be just looked at as the, not that I'm saying this jokingly, but I don't think I'll be looked at as just the Ninja Turtle guy, even though I'm setting up my Ninja Turtle background to show you guys this. I played the long game on this one because I've wanted this for a long time, and I've eyeballed it. I've lost sight of it a few times, but I never lost determination on getting it. I've seen it for $20. I've seen it for $17. I've seen it for $12, and I do believe this is the cheapest I was going to see it. I finally got me the G.I. Joe. That's right. I got the classic Cobra Commander, and I'm so excited for it. This is one of the Joes, other than Shipwreck, that I've never seen. And as much as I like the classified G.I. Joes, which I really do because they're badass, this is the Cobra Commander to me from when I was a little kid that I was like, dude, just having a chrome helmet is pretty goddamn cool. I had the old school little whatever rubber band style, 5-inch little figure. So to have this is pretty great, and for that price, it's even greater. I wasn't gonna risk it and be like, you know what, I'll wait a couple more days and maybe they'll knock down the price because someone else might have been waiting to snag it as well. But I've got my first ever legit, and I believe that's what this is, retro card G.I. Joe of Cobra Commander. And a great Cobra Commander in my opinion. And I'm not sure who that is, but I think that's why am I drawing a blank? I wanted to say Sergeant Blood, but that's not right. I'm not a huge G.I. Joe guy. Don't come after me. No! But there's Cobra Commander. There is the card. I'm not going to rip this all up just to cut this out. I usually peel the figure out of the plastic. Stalker. Sergeant Stalker. That's right. Now, who's this guy? Is that just a Cobra like soldier? I mean, he kind of looks it. He looks cool. I love the artwork. That is one thing, regardless if I was a Joe guy or not, the artwork is always on point. I love the explosive look. I love the cartoon drawing comic style. This right here, the G.I. Joe logo, is so iconic to my childhood that I'm super surprised I'm not a Joe head. I'm really shocked because I grew up playing with all of my uncle's old Joe toys, the battleships and the Cobra, the Lairs and whatever, the vehicles and shit. I'm super shocked. The one thing I'm noticing, though, that I don't like about this Cobra Commander is his stripe on his head. It's not even. It's off center. You see that? But oh well. I'm going to be opening this bad boy up. Not here, not right now, but I think if I can do it on Flex Friday tonight, if I stay awake, I think I'll be opening this guy. So that is it, though, honestly, for my pickups. My show and tell is over. Now I'm pretty excited about this. I really, really am super happy to have this Cobra Commander in my collection, have him fucking with my Ninja Turtles and teaming up with my Shredder in pictures and little videos and stuff. Super, super thrilled. Yeah, man, he looks so cool. I love that chrome helmet. Gosh dang it, he looks sick. G.I. Joe's. G.I. Joe. Alrighty then. Folks, I'm going to give you all a few minutes because we're coming on the final topic. And I'm going to open up the chat to see if anybody wants to come in. But I'm going to wait a minute because I want to 420 it again because I'm that kind of feller. But coming up on the final topic of the Ace in the Hole Variety Show, where I am going to talk about my top 5. I don't know if they're my favorite horror movies, but my top 5 horror movies that I just picked that I love. And then I'm also going to discuss 5 possible hot takes with horror movies that you may love. So, on that note, get yourself a little snack. Get yourself some tissues in case I hurt your feelings. And I'll be right back. Alrighty. Here we go. All right. So we can get my list. Yeah. 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 Do I have your attention? Are you still there, people of the world? I mean, come on. Look at this. For fucking $8. Come on. What a hell of a deal. That's waiting the long game. I'm super fucking... TKD board! What is happening, SA? You got the exclusive scoop, brother. I showed you the picture of this before anybody, man. Before anybody, SA. Actually. So, if anybody wants to jump in the chat, you're more than welcome to. I am going to open up the link or throw the link out there because if you've got a top 5 list or if you've got movies that you want to mention, you know, in the same vein that I'm gonna, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to go off real quick and just give my list, and then I'll throw the link out there. My top 5 for now favorite horror movies. No particular order, but Halloween 1978, the original one, the one that started all of it. I don't know all of it, but the one that started it for me, that got me into the horror movies, the slasher movies, this kind of stuff. Michael Myers is my cream of the crop for horror movie villain or iconic character. That mask is iconic. He made a fucking carving knife iconic. He made Halloween terrifying. You can't say Halloween without saying that name of the movie, Halloween. It's synonymous. It's badass. It's awesome. I love it. Can't say enough about it. Next up is everybody's favorite horror movie from 1982. Right? Did I write that down right? Yeah, from 1982, The Thing. The Thing. We talk about it all the time amongst every channel here on YouTube. Was that Cobra Commander voice all right? Righteous. But The Thing is perfect. It is a perfect film. From head to toe, from start to finish, it is a perfect film. You can go dissect it all you want, but you ain't gonna find no cracks in that foundation. It's an amazing movie. Every actor gives their single best performance. It's the scariest alien monster movie you're ever gonna see. The designs are amazing. The practical effects are out of this world, literally. The story is excellent. It's one of the best, if not the best, science fiction horror movies of all time. I dare anybody to challenge that movie with something better, because you're gonna be this personally is my absolute favorite werewolf movie of all time. So it's on my list of top 5, and that is Silver Bullet, Stephen King's short story turned into a full-length movie. Silver Bullet is just so much fun. The ending is a little goofy, I admit. The werewolf costume is a little bit silly. But if you've bought into that movie up to that point, you look past the silly costume and you're just like, oh my God, there's a fucking werewolf. It's so much fun. You've got Corey Haim. Haim or Ham? Corey Haim? Cough, cough. As I don't know the kid's name, but he's in the wheelchair, the Silver Bullet wheelchair. His uncle is Gary Busey. Gotta love Gary Busey. He's this crazy freaking drunk uncle that every one of us had growing up. Yeah, but is it pronounced? Is it Haim? Like Haim. Because I think I've always said it Corey Haim. Knowing how it's spelled, but I think I always said Ham. Not that it ever mattered in any conversation, but I digress. Super excellent movie in the realm of turn the lights off, get spooked, get creeped. It's very, very fun. It's very, very fun movie. Yeah, that's all I gotta say on Silver Bullet. And then another banger is Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 2. Specifically number 2 because it takes all of the best elements of the first movie and amplifies them up and makes all of it even better in the second one. The second one is true to form, just creepy, spooky, awesome. It's so fucking gnarly. Like that movie, the first person views of the spirit or the deadite thing, whatever is going through the woods and stuff, it always gives me the chills of like, ooh, it's coming. It's coming so fast. It's coming so like, ooh, like a snake. And you can't not mention Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell is the word iconic. He is what that word iconic is. Ash Williams is kind of where my wrestling name came from. That and my real name. Ace Williams was my wrestling name. Ash Williams, I've always looked at Ash as like, he's my hero. That's like my movie hero. He, between all three of the Evil Dead movies, and then you get the Evil Dead show, and then you've gotten the two new iterations of Evil Dead, even though Ash isn't in those. He's always maintained that unpredictable, can't believe this goofball is the hero. And that's so relatable. That's so relatable. That's so fucking relatable. I honestly wanted to be Ash Williams for Halloween this year. I have a chainsaw and all that stuff I was going to do for my hand. But I'm not going to be with my daughter, so the whole idea of her being a Deadite and me being Ash, it's kind of, I don't know, can't really do it, but we're gonna try something. But it's insane. It's awesome. I love Evil Dead 2. And then my last one, which this could be a hot take. My last top 5 favorite horror movie for now is The Blair Witch Project from 1999. I really, really like that movie. And if you've noticed, none of my movies come out after 1999. They all predate 99 in the 80s and then late 70s with Halloween. Those movies, that time was just magnificent for films all around, for any type of film you want to integrate in there. But The Blair Witch came out when I was 9 years old, and I truly was under the assumption that this is real. Everyone around, it was crazy. Like, the world believed it was a real thing, right? Like, I dare any of you to say, you could say, oh, I didn't believe it, but I dare any of you to say, I don't remember that. Because to me, it was worldwide that the Blair Witch Project movie was a real film that people found out in the woods and shit like that, yada yada. So for a long time, I really believed it was real as a little kid. So it put a sense of fear into me, which was amazing, because it still holds up to me. When I watch that movie, I still am like, dude, I've been camping in the woods like that. I've come across old creepy, shacks and shit. I could only imagine, like, me and my dad, when I was a kid, we've gone camping to a place called Lost Pond, and it literally is fucking lost. You drive like miles into the place, and then you walk even further into the place. And we've had multiple experiences when I was a little kid on different occasions where it's like, what the fuck is that out in the woods? Or, who are you? And then you hear someone yell back, legit, who are you? And then the lights just go off, and then you hear nothing. And it's like, do we stay here? Do we fucking leave? It hits a real fear for me. I love the scary monsters. They really are like the things under your bed, the things creepy under your stairs. But when it hits that realism of, like, let's say even a Michael Myers that could just be the guy standing outside your house looking through a window or what have you, serial killer, or just the creepy woods, the atmosphere, that shit freaks me out. So if anyone's seen the stupid videos my daughter and I did where the Blair Witch hunt of us being silly out in the woods, yeah, we came across all that random shit while walking through the woods, and we just made fun of it and stuff. But it's really, she gets freaked out. She thought it was like freaky at first, but that whatever. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Greta fucking movie. Yeah, essay. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, the silent Bruce Campbell is terrible. Hot take. Oh, that hot take. Oh my God. No. I lie. He is awesome. Bubba Tap. What the hell's the one where he plays Elvis? I'm forgetting it now. I fear hillbillies more than monsters, to be honest. You know what, Fumbling? True. And let me actually, in case anyone wants to speak their mind, I'm going to actually go more on the hillbilly topic. There is the link if anybody wants to join. But yeah, I agree. You know, and a perfect example for that, I don't know if anybody's ever seen them. They did the Wrong Turn franchise. I think there's 5 of them in the initial like story. They're the first one's really good. First one's actually really fun and it's different and it sets itself apart from the horror movies that were in the mid 2000s at the time. And then they just become very derivative of each other. Just the horror gore, just for the sake of doing it. But they make them hillbillies, incest hillbillies that are essentially monsters, basically like The Hills Have Eyes. But they came out with a new Wrong Turn movie a handful of years ago where they reset the whole story, and it literally is a reboot. But instead of it being like incestual hillbillies, they're probably still incestual, but it's the original like people of the land, people that didn't want to conform to the normal society, so they still live like in furs and barbaric ways and shit like that. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, okay, I was not expecting this. I thought we were gonna get the goofy looking hillbillies. It was actually really good. If you have not seen the new Wrong Turn movie from, what are we in now, 2025? This might have come out 2018. That's not a year. 2018 maybe? Give it a Google. It's definitely worth a watch for sure. Wrong Turn, Texas Chainsaw, The Hills Have Eyes, etc. Yeah, dude, The Hills Have Eyes, the first one of that. I'm not talking about the Wes Craven ones. I'm talking about the remake. That first one freaked me the fuck out, man. That was a really freaky movie. But now I am going to throw my hot takes out there. These are my 5 hot takes, and I honestly have no reason to back up some of them other than I just don't like them. Hot take number 1. Hereditary came out in 2018. I think the movie is decent, but I think the movie is extremely overrated. A lot of people are like, it's the greatest horror movie of my lifetime. And I like to ask you, what makes it the greatest horror movie of your lifetime? I'm not saying explain horror. Fumbling, are you? I thought you were going to be one of the ones that said it was excellent, like it's the greatest thing of cinema. I think Hereditary is so overrated. It has the one, and I count it as one scene, but if you want to count it as like a couple of different scenes, you can. But the one scene in Hereditary that does set it apart as horrific is when the son and the daughter, or the son and the sister, or how do I want to fucking say that? The brother and the sister are in the car. He's driving the car and she's got her head out the window and decapitates her. Now, it's not purposefully, but it happens. And yeah, that's terrible. It's fucked up. But the part that makes it horrific is the way it's revealed, where it's just a still camera shot on the son's face while he's laying in bed, knowing the car's in the garage, the dead body's still there. I'm just going to pretend like none of this happened. And then you hear the mom's scream, because that's how she finds out that her daughter's dead. That scene alone is horrific. That's realism. That's blood-curdling realism. But the rest of the movie loses itself. It's not for me. And I think it's overrated because of the hype it got. And that's my hot take. It's overrated because of the hype. It might be a good movie, it might be well made, but it's overhyped. My second hot take. And this one I'm gonna fucking die on this hill. Let me read Moto's comment first. What made it a great as Youngling was the whole audience was into it, clapping, laughing, screaming. Still one of the best movie theaters. With Prophecy? Yes. That's the one. No, I'm thinking of Phantasm. I'm thinking of Phantasm with the tall man. Prophecy. I'm not familiar with that at the top of my head. I'm sure I've seen it or at least heard it, but it's just not ringing a bell. But my second hot take, and I will die on this hill, is A Quiet Place. I haven't seen the second one. I don't know why I was like emphasizing like, ooh, but A Quiet Place. Again, this could be a well-made movie. It could be all a good movie, but to me, it is a stupid movie. And why is that, Ace? Why? I'll tell you why I think Quiet Place is a stupid movie. The whole idea is based on, and it's a good idea, is based on monsters that hear really well. Maybe they don't hear specifically like, oh, I'm a monster and I know you're clapping, but I'm a monster and I know that's a sound. And I know that I want to go towards that sound and hit and eat and beat and whatever that sound, right? Okay, here we go. Here we go. But fumbling, go with me on this. Go with me on this, my guy. The whole movie is based on being quiet and trying to survive this world, this new world that they have to adapt to. And I like it. I even like the idea of like using sand, even though it's like that would take forever. But I like the idea of using sand as your trail and stuff like that, just because you have to be that quiet. In the beginning of the movie, it shows you how quiet you have to be with a little boy. I think it's their son, like picking up like a battery operated car or battery operated rocket ship or something like that, and it goes off for like a second. It makes the pew sound, and it's just enough time for John Krasinski's character to turn and see a monster just swoop up and catch his kid and take him and kill him, right? That is the standard that they're giving you in this movie of that's how fucking quiet you got to be because you're going to get snatched up like that. There are many moments in this film where you're like, at least me, where I'm like, damn, dude, that monster's not there quick enough. The biggest fucking culprit is they had a baby. Okay? Is that not selfish to think to yourself, I'm going to be able to raise a baby in this awful world? And then she's giving birth to the baby in the bathtub while there's a monster in the house. How many of us are parents? How many of us know that when the baby's coming out, it's not dead quiet unless the baby's, I don't want to say it, but that whole time that monster's not finding them, and then she steps on a fucking nail. I'm sorry, but that whole scene, that monster should have busted through a wall, hearing the baby crying as she's in the bathtub, and they should have been eaten. Now I understand narratively why they didn't do that. I'm not a complete putz. I know how movies work. I know how storytelling has to go. It's just in the suspension of disbelief. My brain is like, wait a minute. In the very beginning, that little boy was ixnayed for playing with, not even playing with a toy really, super quick, but yet this mom is pissing out a baby, and the monster's like just next door being like, hey, if you need some sugar, I'm your guy. It's silly. That's my hot take. Hot take number 3. I don't like the original Friday the 13th movie. Why do I not like it? I think, like many other people, I don't like the original Friday the 13th movie because it doesn't have Jason in it. I didn't grow up experiencing Friday the 13th on its own. I like, see, I knew these hot takes were going to be good ones. I like Friday the 13th, the franchise. I'll emphasize that. I like it, the franchise. But if I was a kid and I saw the very first one with no context of what was coming after, I would have been like, fuck, the mom is the killer? Like, okay, weird, but okay. I like Jason. I like Jason a lot as a serial killer, as a movie monster character, quite a bit. I even like the second one where he's got the sack over his head. I think that's really creepy and scary. The mother is way scarier. I don't think so, dude. The mother. This is what the mom reminded me of, dude. I don't know her name, and rest her soul, because I used to watch the show all the time. But Murder, She Wrote. Angela Lansbury? Is that her name? I think that's her name. Used to watch Murder, She Wrote all the time with my grandma. And that's what that's who Jason's mom reminded me of, was the lady, I think Angela Lansbury, from from Murder, She Wrote. So I just was never, it didn't scare me. Like, I didn't get to experience the movie, I feel like, the way it should have. Like, I saw the Friday the 13th movies once Jason was the hockey mask killer. So it might have spoiled it for me on that. But even today, at this day and age, if I watch the first one, I'm just like, yeah, I don't think so. So that's my hot take number 4, or number 3. And wait till you guys hear this one. You guys are gonna fucking unsubscribe from the channel. TK saying, what's up? Hell yeah, crazier always fuck better. Galaxy crushes on Jason. Oh my god. My mom would have become the killer, wouldn't yours? My mom, dude, my mom is like 4'1". She ain't killing nothing but a bag of fucking chips, dude. But listen to this. This is my 4th hot take. And this one's spicy. This is a spicy hot take. Now I gotta start off by saying, I like the movie. I gotta take a sip of drink for this, because I think I'm really gonna. I like the movie. Don't come at me. Don't come at me, y'all. But I like the movie. But another overrated movie. And this is because I didn't grow up during the time. Okay? But even as a kid, when I watched this in the 90s, the only scene that scared me was when she crawled down the stairs backwards. I'll give you guys a second to process the movie. I know you fucking know what it is just by saying that. This is the 1978? 1973. I'm thinking of Halloween still. 1973 classic. Do I have it up here? No. I like the movie. I just don't think it's scary. And what movie is that? The Exorcist. What? What the fuck did he just say? What did he just say? The Exorcist. Yeah. I'm getting nervous. I'm getting all hives and scratchy. I don't think it's a scary movie. I don't think it's a scary movie at all. Attack of the Killer Crabs? I thought it was Attack of the Killer Clowns, but I was like, no, that's Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That's a great movie. I like that one. But The Exorcist. I knew it. See, this is hot takes, baby. Hot takes is the number. It's the fucking shit. I love it. It's the best. I'm gonna make a solo video on this by itself and see what kind of opinions people just shit all over me with. I'm not discrediting it. I will state that again. I'm not discrediting what it did in the 70s and what it helped contribute to horror movies overall. Not discrediting it at all. I see all of the positives in the movie every time I see it. I just never feel scared. I just never am scared. I don't know if it's because I saw other movies before this that I interpreted as scary or scarier. But the scene when Regan, or I think that's her name, when she's crawling down the stairs backwards, like in that crab walk, that freaks me out. That's body horror. That freaks me the fuck out. Right, exactly. A moment in time. I appreciate the movie, but I don't find it scary. I rewatch it every single year. I really do enjoy it quite a bit. I love the story behind it. I love Linda Blair. I watch if none of you guys have ever watched this, ABC Family in the mid 2000s used to do a show called World's Scariest Places on Earth, and Linda Blair was like the host of it. And the narrator, okay, so she was the host of it, and then there was a narrator of it, and the narrator of it was actually the little, yeah, she was old, but the little old lady from Poltergeist. Now, see, that's scary. That's a scary one to me. I didn't put that anywhere on my list or anything, but that's a scary one. I like Poltergeist. Greg T. Nelson, he's great. But the little old lady in it, like, I can't do her voice at all, but she talks like this. Kind of like that. She narrates the World's Scariest Places on Earth show. It's really good. I watch it with my daughter. Linda Blair, classic horror movie icon as well. But I just never found The Exorcist to be scary. Not a bad movie. It's a fantastic movie. I really like it. And I'll be honest, this might be a hot take. Maybe not. I have never seen any other Exorcist titled movies other than the original Exorcist. I know the second one is kind of controversial and weird from reviews I've watched. Never seen it though. And then finally, my last hot take, and this might even be a popular opinion. It's definitely not as spicy as the other ones, but this hot take is fun. Tim Curry as Pennywise. I want to see what people are going to say before I even say anything, because I feel like this might be Moses separating the Red Sea here. Tim Curry as Pennywise is yeah. Tim Curry as Pennywise is fucking god tier level acting. And when I did my scary movie 1 and 2 reviews the other day, I could not for the life of me remember what the one movie Tim Curry is most famous for, which is Rocky Horror Picture Show. And I want to do justice and mention that right now. So the Rocky Horror Picture Show, where Tim Curry plays Dr. Frankenfurter, he's just his version of Pennywise. I don't give a fuck how much freakiness they put into the new It movies. Tim Curry's Pennywise is perfect. It's scarier than the new one. It sticks with you more than the new one. The only reason to me the new one is so popular is because it's easy to market and it's new and you can just throw it out there and people are going to gravitate towards it. Where the old 1990s TV series version of It was not marketable back in the 90s. Like, it wasn't something you were making toys of and all that and putting it out there. But his version, that look, just the traditional clown, and then when there was scenes when he'd open his mouth and he'd have those big ass teeth and the his laugh, that Tim Curry laugh. I hate this just like if it was a family member. I hate seeing Tim Curry physically deteriorating away in a wheelchair because of his strokes and stuff like that, because one, he was just one of the greatest actors in the world, from Rocky Horror Picture Show to the stupid Scream or Scary Movie 2 to It, to being in my favorite Muppet movie of all time, Muppet Treasure Island. He is just in Clue. Oh my God, that was the other one I was trying to remember. He's great in Clue. He's just in Home Alone 2. He's just amazing. He's amazing. Tim Curry is. So that isn't such a bad hot take compared to those other ones in the middle. And I'm glad that it did spark a little bit of a reaction, because that's what hot takes should be. It shows, whatever other people think and their opinions. And I like knowing other people's opinions because it allows conversation. And that's genuinely all I feel like any of us are looking for, is just a conversation where the old people sitting in the gas station waiting for someone to walk up to them and just say hi, so we can, tell them a story or what have you. And really, that's the whole premise of the Ace in the Hole variety show here on YouTube, is to just tell stories, to connect, to relate, to open your eyes and open your heart to things that you didn't think were possible. What the fuck does that mean? I have no idea. It sounds a little weird, but hey, that is what we do here at the Ace in the Hole variety show. And he absolutely was hilarious in Home Alone 2. And even my daughter knows who Tim Curry is besides It, because he plays Nigel Thornberry in the Wild Thornberrys cartoon. If you never watched that, it's a fucking cool cartoon. But doesn't seem like it's been almost 2 hours. I feel like I've carried the ship at a steered the ship to a very good pace. I don't feel completely winded. I am tired. I haven't slept at all today. But we're going to wrap it up here at the Ace in the Hole variety show. I want to thank every single one of you guys, as always, for jumping in the chat. We got Fumbling Through the Galaxy, Moto Viper, TKD Bar, Old School, Doug Jones, Roughshod, Kaz. If I missed you, I'm sorry. And if anybody knows where Ultra is, I hope the dude's good. It's weird not seeing him here in the chat. I didn't see him in Kaz's chat the other day either. And I heard, that's what it was, because I wasn't in the live. I watched the replay. I heard Kaz mention something about he wasn't in it, but I didn't catch anything else on that. Okay, cool. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Fumbling, for filling that in, because when you get so used to seeing somebody and then they're kind of gone, you're like, oh, shit. But that is going to wrap it up. I'm glad, on a great note, very great note. So, as Fumbling just said, he's got to go get ready for his show. That is Tales from the Outer Rim over on Fumbling Through the Galaxy's channel, or you can check it out on Roughshod Stock's channel. Both of them will be streaming it live for you and all of your pleasures. So get on over there, subscribe, like to their stuff, and you're going to have a good time. And on that note, I am Ace from Ace's Place 22, and this has been episode 28 of the Ace in the Hole variety show. And thank every single person so much. Oh, Kaz, right there. And Kaz, check out Flex Friday. Oh, and I can't wait to be on Flex Friday if I'm awake so I show off my G.I. Joe guy. Whoop, whoop. So there you go. On that note, everybody stay spooky, and we'll see you in the next one.